Yes, on this episode of Jungle Ape Makes Games and invites chat along for the ride, as we watch our game Small Towers being played by the bots, you can play, go for it. We're going to talk about what Design Chat did last time. Let's do that. Last time, Design Chat tackled making more prefab objects that we could use easily to build this maze, for example. Turns out we needed more than just a straight hallway and an intersection. We also needed, like a four-way, we also needed a T intersection and an L shape and a dead end. But if we made those, and we did, boom. It was actually really easy to piece these together, and it just so happens that this quick sketch happened to be 11 by 7, which looks really cool, actually. Here it is. If I get my avatar out of the way, I'll switch from the menu to level 4, because now we have a level 4. And look at that, right? And we had made adjustments to the camera. The big win was getting these prefab pieces in place, so we just snap the pieces together, and it was really fast. We could fix a couple of things. If we're testing and we're looking for things to fix, we could see that, oh, you know what? The L shape actually has a missing corner piece that we could fix. There's an L right here. You see in this corner in the bottom left, there's a little cross instead of a square. That's the convention we like to use. So anyway, we have the ability to go to level 4, and we could build more. Because we have these prefab pieces that we did in Design Chat. Isn't that nice? So there's a dead end. I think it's backwards, actually. Yeah. Dead end. There's the hallway piece. The intersection has all 4 corners. Here's the L shape. And see, this is the corner that's missing, actually. So we can fix that. There's the T shape. So let's fix this. Here's the L shape, but the missing thing. The intersection shows you all 4 things. So that's cool because the L shape already has a corner. It just needs another one. What did I just do? Let me back it up because I literally am just jumping in and fixing it, and I should be talking about it while I'm doing it. I can work on these prefabs. I can view it here. And I drag that in here, and we can hold down Control, and it sticks on the grid, and this was so easy to do. It was great. We could rotate it by holding down Control. We could move it by holding down Control, and just snap into the grid. It's perfect. So how do I adjust this? Well, I'm going to just double-click on it. Instead of the hierarchy showing items in the level, it's going to show me the hierarchy of the prefab. In this case, it's just one object, and then under it, there's the 2 wall pieces. All right. Get out of the way. The 2 wall pieces and the corner. And all we need is another corner. So literally, I'll just copy and paste. We just made a second corner. I'll just get the 1 out of there. And let's see, I think it's just reverse these, right? This needs to be positive, and this needs to be negative, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, somehow I moved this. Yeah, I moved that on accident. Oh, okay, sure, okay. There we go. So I don't know why that moved, but now it's back. And so now I can get out of it by doing the back button there. So I got into it by double clicking on it. I could, I think, well, this is the only way to get out of it, isn't it? I think so. So I'm in this mode now where I'm really not looking at the scene anymore. I'm looking at this. It's like the prefab is its own world, right? With this object in the center and then these things, yeah? But this little button here on the hierarchy panel allows me to go back. So I could also modify the prefab. Here it is, open. Yeah, that way. Yeah. So, but notice, the reason why these prefabs are so great, it's not just because I can drag it in there and hold down control and blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, our thing is fixed, right? Oh, no, it's fixed everywhere. This is why we use prefabs. I just modified the original, and check it out. All of the L shapes are fixed. That's why we use prefabs. Yeah. So we worked on it enough that the prefabs were the right size and did the right thing. But if we needed to modify them, like change their color or add something or something like that, we can. And all of the prefab copies that we've made and placed and rotated, all that information stays. Oh, wait, here we go. There's a couple of extra squares here that we don't want. So this is by design, of course. This map was made with those prefab shapes, and down here we made this sort of larger area out of extra L shapes, where parts of the L shape are still here. And this is because we just added an L shape was here, right? L, like that. And we took out the bottom thing. This thing wasn't there before. Now we've added it, and so it shows up. But I can just delete it. Same with this one. Yeah. So, for the most part, super clean and easy to use and flexible because we can come back and modify it. Boom, done. It actually does look pretty nice. I like the aesthetic of the extra squares and stuff. It's cool. So, yay. We'll save our scene because this is part of what is saved in this level is those copies of prefabs have those modifications, including the extra squares that we just deleted. But wow, doesn't this level look cool? I mean, we can go in and say, well, maybe we actually want to change the maze a bit more, and maybe the path to it should be over here. Maybe this is too obvious. Like, maybe we should, yeah, you do that. And modifying the maze was easy to do. It was a different maze, and we changed it, and it took no time at all because of these prefabs. In fact, we organized them in such a way, thanks to our new folder tool that we made last time on Design Chat. We made this folder script, so we can use game objects like folders, yay. And we made subfolders, check this out. So the obstacle, this is the other thing. Design Chat did some code, yo. Design Chat said, there is a way to break the game if, like if we're in level 3 and you lose, what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to say, hey, would you like to replay? And we said, oh, right, but the replay buttons are here, like mixed in with all the walls. What if you're like in level 4 and you're stuck in a maze somewhere and you can't even get to the buttons that say, would you like to replay, no, yes or no, right? When you lose, it says replay, and the buttons say yes or no. We said, wow, that could be game breaking, actually. We should remove the walls. And so we do. Design Chat went in and said, you know what we can do? We can organize using our folders, we can organize all the walls separately under a object or a folder object called obstacles. As long as it's called obstacles, Design Chat said we can have our game manager look for it. And it knows what to turn off. See, it turned it off automatically when we lose. So, yay, go Design Chat. Now, could we do this differently? Maybe. You could have it look for it by tag and not by name. The name is the key, and if it's not named this way, then the game manager can't find it. By the way, what about the menu? Well, the menu doesn't have obstacles. What happens then? Design Chat thought of this. They're so smart. And they said, we don't even worry about it. If it's not there, we don't do anything with it. We only act upon it and try to turn it off if it is there. Now, there's no way to lose, but same in level 1, there's no obstacles. And that's still okay. Game Manager doesn't find anything, and it doesn't do anything if it's not there. So let's look at the code Design Chat did. Oh my goodness, let's check up on how they did. Where is this? I think it's probably update. Yeah, update, and then we are in post-game. We lost, and we're doing the stuff. Here it is. This is where we show the buttons. These buttons right here, right? Because we go find the children of the text object, and we turn them on. Set active true, turns it on. And so Design Chat said, well, we will look for if this variable we made, called obstacles, has been filled in. And if it hasn't been filled in, if this doesn't equal null, we can go ahead and set it false, like because it's there. But if it's not there, if this is null, then we skip all this. How smart. They're validating their input. They're validating their data before they operate on it. Isn't that nice? It's really good. And so to populate our obstacles, we just go look for it by name. This could be the one thing we might play with, but it's okay for now. As long as the object is called obstacles, we're good. Cool, right? Go Design Chat. They're happy to use our folder object. They said thank you. And yeah, now we've got the obstacles, so this works well. I like the idea of trying to break the game and finding the things we should work on, right? Because we said, well, yeah, what if the player leaves? That's terrible, right? And then we said, no problem. We'll go ahead and make a boundary so they can't leave. Okay, and now at least it's okay, you know? We said, yeah, we'll need that for even the menu, because we don't want them to take off, right? We don't want the player to be in the menu and get lost in the menu. So we keep them here, right? The boundary, yeah? It's part of our environment. We got a little convention going on where we keep a folder object called boundary at all times. It's just a convention we will use to keep it easy, yeah? And we use that in level 3. Use that in level 4. Actually, we don't, right? And we say, yeah, we don't need to, because this whole maze is a boundary. It's definitely going to keep the player inside. There's no way the player could get out, right? Well, let's test that theory and try to break the game. Because I'm sitting here thinking, okay, is it this way? Okay, I'm going to go up this way. I'm going to get there. And, oh, by the way, they also, sped up the player character just a little bit because we are pulled back and it looked like the character was going slow. But they weren't. The character was going the exact same speed, but because we're so far away, or in other words, because the character is small on screen, it looked like they were going slower. So we sped it up a little bit. It just looks normal now, instead of it looking slow. Oh no, I'm not going to make it. Oh no, I lose. Okay, replay, yes or no? Well, I'm going to take off. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, we do need a boundary. Yeah, we actually need a boundary because I can leave the screen now. Not necessarily game breaking, but like, I don't know where I am right now. There I am. Right? I don't know where I am. This whole reason why we have the boundary is to make it so that you can't lose where the character is, right? And in that case, in level 4, we can. We lose, all the obstacles get removed or turned off, and there's no boundary. There's actually no boundary. So, yeah, we can lose the player. I think we should have a boundary. We'll never see it, and the only time we'll use it is if they lose. But we need it, right? I think we do. Let's go ahead and fix that. This is a boundary from, what, level 3? Yeah, it's too small. Let's redo this. I'll just shift select and delete and try all over again. Let's see, a wall piece. I'll put it in boundary straight away. And yeah, we'll just put it where it needs to be off screen. And I think that's probably okay. Should test that. We'll test on both sides, I guess. And we'll test up and down as well. Holding down control makes it really easy to stay on the grid and to keep the angles, the rotation angles at 15-degree increments. Okay, I'm going to turn obstacles off. And we'll just play this scene. I probably could just turn off the game manager and stuff, but this will work. Okay, so we're going to try to go in the center and then try this. Okay, I cannot get off screen. I'm still visible. Okay, cool. Let's go up. Try that. Oh, yeah, that's not low enough. That's not low enough. So up and down might not be close enough to the center. Yeah, that's it. I can see the character. It's like there, but it's actually really hard to see. Okay, so that tells me we should do this again, but let's. By the way, those numbers are like really, really close to 0, so close that it shows some sort of mathematical version of near 0. The fix is to just make it 0. Okay, let's try this again. I just moved it from 8 to 7.5, knowing that 7 is actually on screen. I don't really want it to be on screen. So just split the difference. So it's 7.5 top and bottom. Try it again. And all I want to do is make sure the player character is still visible, even though I go all the way down. Yep, that looks great. And same thing over here, right? Boop. Yep, great. Okay, so those are the edges of our boundary that we will use. Yep, looks good. Cool. Which means I can probably just mainly copy paste and hold down control to move. So this is, again, modular pieces of walls. The modular level design pieces, right? Okay, don't think we need all that. Definitely makes it faster. And when we figured out that we were going to be using dead ends and L shape and T shape, we said, wait a second, let's stop and spend just enough time to make those as prefabs that we can just copy and paste and just make it really easy, like this. Yeah. Cool. I will double check this by highlighting the objects in the hierarchy and just seeing them highlight in the scene view. And just make sure these are all, like none are overlapping. That's what I'm going to check. Pretty sure they're not, because I am sticking to the grid religiously. Very strictly. Sticking to the grid at all times. Okay, I don't think the character can slip through those. So we found that our grid staying at 1 is fine. Like, we played around with being at a grid spacing of 2 because all of our pieces are 2 by 2, including this version of the wind square, actually. But we find we don't need to. We see it's okay. So here I am going to highlight each piece and just sort of double check that they aren't overlapping. This looks like it's overlapping. Is it not? It is not. Okay. And I can see, I'm looking at these numbers now, like on X, I'm seeing them be like even numbers, right? Here's 0, -2, -4, -6, -8. So it's like on the grid, 2 units apart, which is perfect. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Cool. And again, 0, -2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oop. See, this is wrong. How'd that get wrong? It should be 8. I'm glad I checked. I'm glad I double checked. I'm glad I tested. 10 and 12. Why was that off? Visually, I could see that there was something wrong with one of them. Cool. So this is a boundary. We can't see it. I'll turn the obstacles back on. We can't see the boundary, but it's there, and that's good, because if they lose, if our player character happens to be confusified and say, like, I got this, mazes are my jam, I'm going to win this game and totally win, I'm going straight to it, and I'm going to, okay, I'm going straight to, okay, hold on, I'm going to go back this way. Okay, this goes far away. This isn't good. I need to go farther away. Okay, now I'm going to get closer. Okay, here we go. Mazes are my jam. I'm totally going to get there in time. I really like the blinking of our character. The fact that it's like kind of dark and then bright because his eyes are white is helpful. Okay, so now oh shoot, I got to go this way. Oh no, got to get there. Oh no, I'm running out of time. Oh no. Oh, I lost. Would you like to replay? I would, because I can totally win this. I promise. Oh, I actually meant to try to get off screen. That was the test. See, I got so excited about playing. I didn't play test. Play testing is not playing. I am testing. In this case, I am testing that if we lose, which means I have to lose, if we lose, like I go, oh, it's over here. This is the exit to the maze. It's right here. Oh, no, it's not. It's this way. So I have to lose first. I'm going to go this way, and then, okay, hold on. Wait, I need to go, okay, I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there in time. I'm totally, oh, man. So now I'm going to try and get off screen. I can't get off screen. Can I slip through here? Nope, I cannot. Yay, good. So you can't lose the play. It's good. Would you like to replay? No, I'm going to give up. Okay, so, yes, good. one of these tricks to find the thing to work on next is trying to break the game. It works really well. And we've done that. I'd also like to point out how organized this is. This is nice. Now that we have these folders, really nice. Even the messy stuff we have to do for boundaries can be collapsed and stuff. We even Design Chat organized our menu stuff too. The title, instructions, legalese, it's all, isn't that nice? So it only needs these because we don't use the text in this one, right? Level 1 has the text display and doesn't need the instructions. The menu text is not here, you know. So instead we've got our prefab for text display with the buttons underneath, yeah? All ready to go for level 1. So it's organized. Isn't that nice? Environment looks like this. Boundaries. Go to level 2. Environment has boundaries and obstacles, even though it's just one. Yeah, one wall. Level 3. Environment. So this consistency, the organization looking like this, is helpful because, wow, this is actually kind of a mess. It looks right? But if we need to find stuff in the boundaries or we need to find stuff in the obstacles, it's right there. In this case, there were so many pieces in the obstacles that we made even more folders. We made folders for the top rows and the middle rows and the bottom rows because we ended up actually making this level piece by piece like we were going left to right in rows and then top to bottom. So yeah, top rows, middle rows, and bottom rows, we use that because when we modified this maze right here, it was easy to go straight there and then find the piece we needed because it's all in order. Isn't that nice? Very, very nice. So organization is good. It helped us move really quickly. And yeah, that means that we have these prefabs ready to go. We already used the fancy way to adjust the prefab, make our little corner look better, and have all the copies update appropriately. Is really nice. We've fixed an issue where if we lose, we still can't get off screen. That's good. So we do need a boundary pretty much every time. Cool. Not only that, but notice we have adjusted our camera previously to be not perspective, but something called orthographic. It's good for 2D. And if we use a camera with the size of 7 again, this size, we have a boundary. We can just copy from here. Level 3 has a camera with the size of 4, and we have a boundary already ready to go. We can keep using these and reusing these as needed. Our standard camera that we use in the menu in level 1 and 2, it's a size of 3, and we have a boundary we can use for that. No problem. And we've tested these already, so we'll just copy them and use them. Hey, we could just make more levels, right? Well, yeah. Let's look forward to what Design Chat was thinking about doing next, because looks like we've gotten 4 levels already. We can play through this game and get 4 levels done, and that's pretty cool. So, yay. Actually have boundaries. Good job. And we even have obstacles now, which is to say the wall became a collection of obstacles that we might need to turn off, because if it's meant to block the player in gameplay, it should be removed, turned off, if they lose, so they can get to the would you like to replay yes or no buttons, yeah? Cool. Man, we're doing really well. Design Chat was looking ahead and saying, well, what if we did more? What if we did something like introduce something new give them the option to work with it, test, make sure they can get it done, and then go on from there. And in essence, we did that with the wall. We said, here's a wall. We said, find your path through the wall. That's a test, really. Can't win without that. And so we're guaranteed they understand they need to find their path, and so we give them a really tough one. We evolved it to say it's just a lot. It's a lot to find, yeah. Well, I think this idea was, what if we put something on the wall that's like a door or a gate? Basically a wall that can disappear, you know? Maybe not disappear instantly. Maybe it does act like a gate that opens up or something, but the point is, it looks different. It looks like it could be a door somehow, so the player understands that visually. And in this sketch, it looks like we were saying there's a switch, so you could like pull a lever or push a button or something, right? The idea being, if it is just a door you walk up to and open, well then what's the point? Like you just go there. It's the same thing as having like a big open space, except you have to stop for a second. That's it. Let me say that again. If it is just a door you walk up to and open, then why would we have that? It's really just an open space that you have to sort of pause at to open. That's all. Then it's open. In real life, we have doors because, keep the animals out. But there's no animals in our game. Maybe we could make animals. I don't know. But the point is, if we have a different kind of door that must be opened because there's a button you have to go switch first, or a switch you have to button first, something you have to go somewhere else first, and then it opens. This could be introduced, and then it could be made into a fun challenge where you actually have to go really far to flip that switch or press that button or something, and then you see the door open, and then the win square is available, right? So what is this? This is effectively a switch gate mechanism. Gate meaning like you can't get through, but it's also visually different than a wall somehow. We have to figure that out. But then the mechanics of it, what we would care about in Design Workshop is this. There's something else. And the player needs to go to that, in that location first. Because if they try to go through the gate, they can't get through. But that if they do this will open and they can get through. Effectively, the gate changes so that there is no collision and they can go through it. This lever is basically a button, right? Hey player, go here and then go there. Or go here and then you can go through, basically, right? That's the rule, that's the mechanics of it, that's what the player will understand. Oh, there is something here I have to go to first, and then I can go through. If I try to go through without doing that, I can't. Right? Could we say you touch it again and it closes? I guess, but I don't know why we'd ever want our gates to close. We'll keep that in mind, but I don't know. I don't see the reason why we'd want to do that. Not at this time, but we could change our mind. How do we make these two pieces? Because they are two pieces. Whether it's a lever or a button or something, it needs to be a space the player can get to activate. I guess we could show it being activated. Maybe it's only activated once, I guess. If it is like a lever we can visually see, that's cool because we could see it's on or off. I guess we could do the same thing with a button that says, on or off or changes color or something, right? So the player could like touch it and it changes visually. At the same time, this gate has to open. This is a separate piece. The rules of it also is starts out one way and changes to be another. And this the main one is the collision's gone. But initially there is collision just like a wall. So visually it has to look like something. We'll give that job to design chat. We'll say make some art. Actually, we should probably do that too. Okay. Let's figure it out. If we have a wall that, continues on up here, and wall, and it continues on down here. Okay, and in between, player can just go through, right? So here's where we say, but there is something here, and we should make it look different somehow. I'm not really sure what it should look like yet, but something with like two obvious halves to it, like it's obvious that it's split in the middle kind of a thing. That sounds good, actually. So you can see the gap in there, but it's, clearly way too small for our character. Maybe this is like sticking out too, because I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. This is the first state of this gate. We call it a gate, we call it a door, let's call it a door. It's a door, and the state of this door to begin with is like this, closed. And then, again, here's our wall. I'm not drawing with the mouse, I promise. It's literally my stupid tablet. But, and my arm is like literally, I should fix this. I can do this better. Okay, anyway. And then it opens to where, like, these basically disappear. I think that's possible. As long as there is no collision such that the character can just go through, right? That's the whole point. Right, so there's two states. I guess we could just instantly do it, but it's probably better that this, like, animates, right? It should, right? Let's say animate, just to remind ourselves we need to do that. But it's in this closed state with the solid stuff until it's all the way open, then the solid is gone. So our character can go through. If that's all it is, that's fine. I mean, closing it, if we wanted to, wouldn't be a big deal. We just reverse the animation, I guess. Make it solid immediately as soon as it starts closing, and that's it. I think we're done. I think the key point is this should definitely not be confused with a wall. If our doors look like walls, we could easily miss this, right? So making it a different color, having shapes on it that stick out and look different, that would, and I think the doorway sticking out is part of that could help, right? Maybe. Okay, so that's the door. This other thing, you know what? We have a button. We have a button, right? We actually have a button object. Can we just reuse this? Player gets to here. Maybe it even says like door or something. We don't need to rely on text though, do we? Could we put a symbol of a key on it maybe? I don't know. The door is locked. Open the door. Is that Is that clear? Does it look like we're going to pick up a key? It probably looks like we're going to pick up a key. Okay, that's not good. But we have a button. We should use this, right? Okay, so let's sketch this out. Here is door, big wall, basically blocking off the entire level, right? Win squares over here, getting smaller, and players freaking out because you can't get to it, right? And there's a gate here, all closed. Players freaking out. And we say, have no fear, there is a thing here. So this is shrinking, players freaking out, but no big deal. There is something they can do. They might try this first. But if they go in this button, then this church, we should actually make it clear that this belongs to this gate or door. How do we... Saying door is a possibility. Putting a key on it, I guess so. I'm not sure which one is better. But another way might be... So we see games do this all the time, actually. Portal's a good example. Here's the gate. And, yes, walls are gray. Yeah, we see games do this all the time where it says there's some sort of line, like a diagram line from the button, right? You jump on the button in Portal, and there's a line of lights that like change and light up, but you can see that these are connected because of this line. So we could do something like that, right? In fact, we could color code. That's what they do. They color code like switches and doors and things. It's mostly this line though. Color coding's kind of cool though. What if there were doors with different colors and there were buttons with different colors, right? There are different kinds of switches and things we could do. This is the most basic. Just press the thing and open the gate, right? That is most basic. Absolutely. In the future, we could do more. We could have, so this would be called like a one-time button. Yeah. And I think as the most basic, we should definitely do that, right? That you can also have one that's like timed. So it like turns off after the timer, which would, I don't know, close the gate? You could have something that is toggled, meaning you touch it once and it turns it on. You touch it again and it turns it off. Touch it on again, it turns on. That's a toggled or flip-flop. What other kind of switches are there? But that's cool, right? What if we like... Well, so we could do more with this one idea that I think we sketched out a long time ago. This maybe we do a door gate kind of ideas turning into, yeah, let's do a door gate thing. 2 pieces, door and a button. I would love to explore to see if this button we already have would do the trick. Just to, at least as a one-time thing. The next thing we do is figure out the door, which is really no more than saying, can we have a piece that, I don't know, looks different, could be animated, I guess, and main thing is it's solid and can change to not solid. Okay, let's try this. Door. Our marching orders. We're going to go explore what it would be to make a door, and we're going to explore what it would mean to make a button. Now, the first thing I want to go look at is the button, because I have a feeling the button we have might be great. It might be fantastic. Let's see. Where are the buttons? It's in the text display. Okay, let's drag in a text display. We don't need a text display in. Actually, let's make a test scene for this. Yes. The Win Square prototype is probably closest to this, right? I think so. Oh, this is old. All right. I will copy. Let's copy level 2. We'll save as, and I'll put it in the prototype scenes folder, and I will call it door type. So we have a scene dedicated to testing. There it is. It's called door prototype. Oh. I guess first of all we need to extend this wall, right? It's in obstacles. I will get my avatar out of the way. See, does this work? Actually, yeah, that works really nice. Can I just walk through that if it's open? Let's see. Do. I should probably get rid of the... Oh, I cannot. It's just too small. Like, it's like exactly the size of the character, so it won't work. Alright, good to know. This is why we test. I could just make this a little smaller, I guess. Hold on. How small should it be? Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Instead of 3, okay, it is 2.5. Is that? No. Instead of 3, is it 2.75? Wow, actually, that's funny. The answer is yes. Because look, it is exactly on the edge there. So, okay. 275. Well, to get across this particular space, I mean, I think the main thing we need to worry about is what is the width of this such that the character can get through easily. I think we already know that. That's, you know what? I'm being silly. Let's just go get a hallway, right? Let's go get a hallway and start using that. Because yes, and we might actually want to integrate this with our mazes, right? Dude, 100%. Let's, I'm not going to do 275. I'm going to do 25. Yeah. I think so. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, actually we don't see this edge at all. It's off screen, so who cares, right? Okay. But let's grab a hall piece, and I'll throw it in obstacles, and I will move it over. Oh, dude, these are like in a weird place. Okay, and I will rotate our hall piece. Okay, this, yeah, totally. This should be the size of a doorway, because this is the size of every hallway. Right? Character can get through this easily. I should definitely take out the game manager. There's no reason to do any of this other stuff in this test scene. In fact, I'll do that right now. Game manager off. Just turn it off. Win square off? I think so, probably. Text display off? Yes. Cool. So it's just us and the player character. We're going to hang out. So, yeah, absolutely. This should be that way. And, in fact, I mean, these walls are really just for testing, I think. But if I were doing this for realsies, yeah, let's actually do for realsies for a second, just to make sure this is what I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that, actually. Suppose if I did an L piece, it actually would look right. Anyway, I don't need to get the aesthetics down yet. That's not necessary at all. Oh, that's funny. Why is this not... Well, anyway, according to the grids, and I'm going to trust the grid, this is like, yes, right? Okay, so I am going to copy this, stop, and paste, so these stay. Okay, cool. This seems to be the right size, and I think what we mean to say is we're going to make a 2x2 that is a door, just like we made 2x2 for everything else in our maze. This will be another snap-in-place kind of piece, but it's a door. We could have it vertical, we could have it horizontal. That's cool. I think so. That's what we need. In fact, yeah, give me an intersection piece for a second. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for, because look at this. Actually, yeah, look at this. Wait. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Check this out. Bro, is that not exactly what I was just talking about? Make it fit a little bit out like that. Yes, it'll be a 2x2 piece, but it'll look like this. Right? This is the way the gate should be, the door should be. Yeah? Absolutely. Easy, right? Couldn't be easier. Well, let's continue to construct this because, actually, this is not the right place. Because look, let's copy these. Actually, let's do it while we're in play mode because I saw it copied our wall pieces. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this. So copy this. No, paste, delete, paste. There we go. Yeah, this made a copy of it because I copied it while I was in play mode instead of dragging in a prefab. So I just noticed that, so I'll just use it. This I would like to unparent, and there's no problem with that because it's not a prefab right now. And I'll center the top node and then put these right back. Boom. So now this intersection piece is a 2x2 on the grid doing its thing as a door. Let's call it door piece. Why not? Okay. I love it. I'm going to put it at 0, 0, 0 when I make a prefab of it like this. Cool. Now we have a door piece. Does it look like a door piece yet? Not really. Let's fix that. This is cool though. I like this. I'm going to OCD for just a second. You'll excuse me. Just take a second. All right, here we go. See, look how nice. Hello, fantastic. Yeah. Now, cool. This can be a door. All we need is something that can be solid and then not solid. I mean, kind of like the wall piece already is. Kind of. So if I copy one while I'm in play mode and put it in here, call it the, well, I guess there's two pieces, right? If it slides, so here's the thing. Hold on. Stay with me now. Hold on. I did it this way because I'm saying there should be a gap you should see, but also it should slide open. It looks like this. You go through, blah, blah, blah. But you might have thought, hold on, are we doing a door? Like if I'm looking top down on this door, isn't it like this with a handle on it? And then it like swings out. So it's like open like this, right? And then it's open here. Isn't that what a door is? Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a good reason why I didn't do that. Games are famous for getting doors wrong because it actually is kind of complicated how you get the player out of the way and all that. It's just so much easier to have these sliding doors. I mean, this is almost why I called it a gate, frankly. Gates don't swing open like, well, I guess some do actually. But the point is, this is simpler. I can make these sides disappear, like animate in, like this, and animate out, and then it's clear. Like this is simple, actually. So I'm going to make a top and a bottom piece to the sliding door, right? So we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. This is not what we're going to do. We're not going to do this. Okay? Like, no. I'm not doing it. But I understand. I understand the, hey, wait, isn't that what a door is? Well, of course it is, you know. But also, we just need a wall that disappears. Like literally the collision goes away and we can go through. That's all we need from this door. So that's what we will do. And excuse me while I struggle with this tablet. Okay. Okay, we're not doing that. We're doing this. And to that end, I'm going to have two pieces of wall become the two pieces of door. I guess they could just slide up, right? That's easy. They definitely need to be half the size. They should also be a different color, right? Let's make a new color for it. These are wall pieces, sure. Let's make a new material. I'm going to create material. And what is this? This is like unlit color. Cool. Let's make this unlit color as well. So it's real simple. And I'm just going to say, I don't know, brown, right? Yes, I don't know. Black, brown, dark gray. I'm going to overthink that. But the point is, I'll call it door. And make it look like that. That's not easy to see. That's actually not easy to see. Let's put some color on it. I'm going to try brown. Let's try brown. Yep. That looks a lot better. Okay. So, oh, No, it doesn't actually. It's too close to the color of our character. Oh, man. All right, then. Lighter? Maybe? Let's just do it white for now. We'll figure it out. How about that? It is the door. We're going to call it door top, I guess. Door A, because we don't know if it's going to be set on its side or what. And then door B. Let's just copy paste. Go. See, we're just making pieces. So, door A. Oh, I can't be on the grid now, can I? I have to kind of go up half, I guess. Yeah. Probably even a little bit less than that, right? It's like not exact. It's there we go. Because I want that gap between them. Oh, you know what? It's like doing that Z fighting thing because they're all in the same place, and they shouldn't be. We normally don't have that problem because they're all the same color. But because this is white and everything else is gray, it's Z fighting, and we can see the... Yeah, it's yucky. Let's try this. Is it, I don't know, half of 0.25? Is it 0.125? Sorry. So we should make it thinner? I think so. Let's make this thinner. Let's make it 0.2 in terms of thin and thick. So it's a thinner wall. And let's also make it not as big. 0.5? Let's try this for a second. Okay, this is, and these pieces are already solid because I started with them being, yeah, I started with them being walls. So they're solid. Here's the thing. So this is 0. Here's 1, right? I'm going to have to say 0.5 is not good enough. 0.25, not good enough. Wow. 3, 7, 5. And even more than that because I'm using Fibonacci numbers. I'm going to do it. Because we actually want to see that gap. So 381, please. Thank you. Which is odd. It's an odd number. Why do you want to do that? Because I want to see the gap. It's a gate you can't get through. But it kind of looks like you should be able to get through, if I'm not mistaken. I think you should see this gap and say, wait a second. I get through. Can't I get through? Oh, no, I can't. Now, maybe it could be closer. I'm gonna noodle the aesthetics for a second, but you get the idea. Now we have two pieces. One, and maybe I kind of want to fix the Z fighting problem now. The Z fighting problem isn't such a big deal here because from this camera we don't actually see any Z fighting. I'm concerned though that it could be an issue in the future with some other problem. I don't know. Let's move these in all the way and, visually put it there. See how it looks here? I definitely want this thinner, actually. Now that I see it, I can tell. Having it thin really helps. Okay. I think it could probably even be thinner, but that's okay. These are fine. Okay. I said 0.381. a negative 0.381. But maybe that's not enough. I don't know. Oh my goodness, 618. Bro, I'm using Fibonacci. 618. Yep. So they're closer together. You can see that it's part of the wall. You can see that it's attached to the wall, and there's a little gap. Oh goodness, I'm totally using this. So forget these numbers. We're totally going to use these numbers, but you don't have to worry about them. I'm just going to say this is where the door is when it starts. Yeah, we're going to have to do some animation on these, right? That'll be fun. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. How about just -1? That makes it really easy. It looks really nice. Oh, nice. That's open. Very clear. I can just ram. That's great. That's so good. Right? It's really good. And if it's closed, none shall pass, right? But it kind of looks like you should, right? Not so much that the player's like, hey, wait, right? But enough that you see like, okay, wait. Right? No, 0.31, right? Right. I'm going to have to remember these numbers. You don't have to remember these numbers, but I'm going to remember these numbers. This is better. This is looking aesthetically pleasing, and that's the first thing I'm going to play with, because after this I'm going to just follow the rules for coding and blah blah blah, but I don't have to worry about the aesthetics until later, and we can fix that. This is good. This is really good. Right? Okay. Well then let's do it that way. Last thing I want to check. So this is our door piece. And by the way, remember we said you can. I do kind of want to fix this. Is there a way to see? This Z fighting we're really only seeing in the scene camera, but you see how the collision is like very thick, and this image is actually just paper thin. That's why it's Z fighting. Couldn't we just have the image above, but keep the collision in place? Is that a possibility? Can we? No, the quad is there. Can we layer it somehow? That's very. Oh, I should definitely change this. These objects shouldn't be full shadow casting and all that stuff. There's more information than we need. Okay, this is fine. It's, oh, I know what I can just do. I can just move it up, right? Duh. What am I doing? This is, yeah. In Z, we'll just go negative 0.01. We don't have to do much, right? I just moved it ever so slightly. You can see no more Z fighting. And it will still totally collide. Let's test that theory. So we can have a door. It'll just look a little better. Negative 0.01. Okay, so this is enough that we won't be distracted by our own Z fighting. And this should still collide just fine. Okay, last thing I want to look at is the button. But I need to be in the game view to do this. There we go. But yeah, that looks great. Roar! Roar! Cannot get through. Yay. Let's save our prototype scene for a door. The button. Well, this is the button. The button square. This button replays or not. Right. We made it very specific for this. We say, hey, game manager, blah, blah, blah. It goes and finds the game manager when it starts. There we go. No, it finds the player character. Oh, it can't find the game manager because game manager doesn't exist. Well, how about this one when it starts? Yes, it found it. Okay, so it finds these objects as it needs, and it either replays or it doesn't. It's very specific, but man, all the other functionality is like right on. We want to say, hey player, if you go over here, you can open the door. I think this can definitely be part of that. Well, we'll save that for next time then. This is good for a door prefab that's 2x2. Let's update this prefab by simply, we added these pieces here, right? Check it out. I can say, yeah. Top door piece thing. Let's make this part of the prefab now. Override. We say, these are, it tells us these are new. Is that what you want? Do you want to revert those? I say, no, I want to keep them. I want to apply them. Boom. So now they turn blue. They tell me that if I drag in a new door piece, it includes that. Isn't that nice? So now we can fit it in place. Whoops. We can hold down control. There we go. Have it vertical or horizontal. Nice. Ooh, door. Okay. We will continue to do something with that. I think design chat's going to be challenged now. What do we do with these new doors that we can use? If we have a switch that can open it, how do you want to design your levels and what do you want to do with that? That will be their job. We will implement the door switch next time. And look at the bots go. Hey, if you're interested in a cartoon ape who likes to make games as well as play games, then follow. And when you show up on screen, please do Command Tie, because Command Tie lets me know you're here. Hold on. In the meantime, this cartoon ape is going to continue to play games and make games, and you're welcome to come by at any time, of course. Until then, have fun, do well, be good, stay safe. See ya.